Fagiola. He wanted to, I think it's his own creation, is from what I heard from him. We've known him since 1989, when he was the school music teacher at Pine Bush High School. And then he found the health store in Pine Bush, and inside the health store was a woman he fell in love with. The woman wasn't quite sure if he was the right man, but Peter didn't give up. He even started attending Satsang. He thought, if that convinces the woman that I'm a good man, maybe it worked. So they have been married since 92. They got married at the Pine Bush Ashram. They have a beautiful daughter named Ariel. Oh, she's here too. Okay. So she's come to see her father perform. She's also married now and lives in Fishkill, I think, right? It's Beacon on that side of the river. So it's actually wonderful. I've been thinking since yesterday, since our gratitude intensive, that all of this goodness needs to be cultivated and passed down. We have our youngest member, Lalita, who's three like this. Not like this, not like this, it's like this, right? She told me it's three like this. And she plays the santoor already with her father. And all of this goodness takes a long time. Both musicians, I would say, are probably 40, 50 years in this field, if I'm correct. And it's a lot of thought process, personally, and that same thought process has to be further shared. So we use a word here called gathering goodness, sharing goodness. So in one's life, we have to gather goodness, and it's an effort that each one of us has to make to share that goodness. So don't hide in your apartment. Don't hide inside your, place of dwelling. Don't think I'm safe here. No, you're not. It's only safe in the mind. You have to actually get out. And for all that we worry about in the world, we can only do something if we get out and share with each other the goodness. And sometimes, recently, about, 10, 11 months ago, I heard a statement which I've then started following from the Vice Chancellor of our Sanskrit University in North India, in Delhi. He said in Sanskrit there's a verse which says that being educated and being a demon in Sanskrit are just a flip of a letter. Sa akshar, rakshas. So when you move sa here and ra there, you become educated, and when you move it the other way, you become a demon. And then just recently, a bomb blast took in Delhi, India, and they were educated doctors, MBBS and MDs. So there was whole discussion on, is education the only solution to terrorism or to some of these things? These are deep, complex issues, and they cannot be solved overnight. The tradition they come from, which is North Indian classical music, there's a very famous musician called Annapurna Devi. Unfortunately for her, she got married to Ravi Shankar. Ravi Shankar had his own ego issues. She quit playing. I've met some of her students around the world, and I just imagine, because I never met her personally, what a good musician she must be to have created such good students who are today playing excellent music. And not just one instrument, but many different instruments. So Peter will play Pakhawaj. He studied with Pandit Taranath Rao. Comes from Lalita's lineage of families, from the Konkani side from South India. Pandit Taranath ji, again, also I didn't meet, but I know of him, and I've met his brother Harihar Rao. Javier Rao lives in Los Angeles, runs the Ravi Shankar School of Music or Ravi Shankar Music Circle. We met him in Pasadena, California, and he's been working, I don't know if he's still alive, but he was working doing music in the South California area. And that's when he brought Pandit Taranath Ji over, because Pandit Taranath Ji was not keeping well in health. And I think it was at Cal Arts that he was teaching, which was where Peter and many of the students went to study. A student shares a very sweet story that he doesn't know that if he will ever become a great musician like Pandit Taranath. But in the few years that he lived with Panditji, he said, I learned a lot about life. And he said, I went to meet him years later when I got married to show my wife. And he said, the smile I got from Panditji was just amazing. He said, he walked over to me and told the student he was teaching, this is my student too. He said, the smile and the embrace, the hug I got, spoke a lot. So these are some of the many things that a teacher teaches. He teaches you bowl, he teaches you tekha, he teaches you raga, he teaches you, but the ability to teach other things. And I think this is what is more important for us as students to learn. It's not especially when they play now. I think they are friends, if I'm correct, right? Ted and Peter know each other. But otherwise, these musicians sometimes just show up on stage. An hour before, sound check, have a little discussion, and Vinay has often talked about this, that they will then decide that this is what we're going to play now. He knows his stuff, he knows his stuff, and they have to improvise on stage as they go. So how good is their memory of the ragas, of the talas, of the tekas, of all of the stuff? Because they have to show off. Sorry to say this, but it is what is going to happen, you know. He's going to show his stuff, he's going to show his stuff. Sometimes he has to become quiet and you'll just see him just strumming. Sometimes he'll become loud, sometimes he'll become soft, he'll become loud. And this is a surbhar, if I'm correct, right? So it looks like a sitar for the uninitiated, but surbhar is also a little bit bigger at times, I think, if I'm correct. So a wonderful instrument that is played with the Dhrupad style of music. Dhrupad style is from the Rig Vedas, is one of the ancient forms of music, and from where all music has come forward in the Indian classical tradition. So everything in India, we believe, comes from the Vedas. So everything that we do has come from there, and each guru, each teacher has just improvised it, made it better, added his or her flavor to it. So while you'll see them play the same raga, the same tala, but the way he moves his fingers, the way he plucks, Surbhar is plucking, or is it right? Plucking. So, and then the way Peter does is what I call thap. I don't know what they call it here, but it's the way he moves his hand, and this is what you have to work upon. And I don't know the musician today, but the musician of yore, they would practice 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours, and the guru would wake them up sometime in the middle of the night when the guru felt now was the time. And you didn't have a choice. And Pandit Taranath Rao, it is said, studied for, I think, 40, 50 years with many different teachers. And today, he has many students around the world, out of which Peter is one of them. And I think Ted has studied with Umia Dasgupta from the tradition of Ravi Shankar. So they can speak for themselves through their music. And if they feel that I have missed out something, because it's such a vast world, you come thinking I'm going to say this, then you stand here and so much else comes out. And it's just wonderful. And I encourage people who have children, parents who have children, to send them to music. What music? It doesn't matter, but music. It is the best drug. is the best medicine. It's the best antidote for all illnesses. Baba Muktananda said, it reaches a place within you where even the pharmaceutical drugs don't reach. So that's how deep this music goes within us. And if you don't have any idea of anything, start listening. And it's really easy. You just go to YouTube Music, and then once you choose a genre, once you choose some artist, YouTube will tell you, listen to him, listen to her, listen to this, listen to that. And then when you like somebody, you can add it to your favorite. And so then it will come up again and again. I do this, that's why I'm proposing this to you. And so it's available anywhere there is internet, and you can just listen. When you find yourself slipping down the slope the wrong way, just like you figure out how to stop the car from sloping, going down the hill, it's the same with us as human beings. When we find ourselves going down the hill the wrong way, music is the best thing. And if you're alone, roll the windows down. If you have a sunroof, open the sunroof, play it loud, and let it fill your being, your mind. And I would say that in 15 to 30 minutes, you will be cured. And this is from personal experience that I share this. I listen to Ali Akbar Khan and Ravi Shankar Jugalbandi, Shri and Sindhu Bhairavi. Then there's another CD called Then and Now. These are my two favorites. And then it gets to a point between the two of them and Allah Rakaji, I think on the tabla, it just gives you chills. So, but it's a lot of listening that you have to do, a lot of learning you have to do to know when the sum is going to come, or when the Kali, Thali, etc., all of this is going to come. So we thank both of you for being here this Sunday morning. And the weather also is just nice for the music, I think. It's sunny, it's windy, it's cold. So you have to warm us up. Thank you. Welcome, Ted, and welcome, Peter. Sadgurunath Maharaj. And welcome all of you too.
Huh. I'm not hiding behind the board now. Okay, just might take me a few minutes to adjust. Thank you, Gurudev, for that beautiful introduction. He's said most of it. This is my good old friend, Ted Morano. We met back in the early 80s when we were studying at Cal Arts. And in fact, it's because of Ted that I actually play the Pakhawaj. I had been studying tabla for a few years, and he comes barging into my studio one morning and says, "Oh man, we gotta learn some Pakhawaj from Guruji. No one else is doing it. We gotta do it. We gotta do." I was like, "Oh man, I can't. I got way too much going on. I can't. You know." So I was kicking and screaming, but there we were. There was 4 of us sitting down for the first lessons, mostly Padant at first, the recitation, and that was the beginning. So that was in '85. Yeah. So. Ted and I studied with a lot of the same teachers. Ted, as you heard, is a disciple of Amya Dasgupta, and Amya Dasgupta was very instrumental in aiding Ravi Shankar in developing his schools, Kanara School of Music, first in Mumbai and then here in Los Angeles in the US. That was in the 60s and early 70s, and eventually that Kanara School of Raviji's morphed into the North Indian Music Classical program at the California Institute of Fine Arts, which is a little north of LA. And it's still there. The music department and the faculty are totally different now. However, Ted and I were very fortunate to study with Pandit Taranath Rao, Amya Dasgupta. Ted also studied with one of the most renowned Javanese musicians of Java, Pachokro Wasitingrat. In fact, his music is some of the music they put on that, one of those gold discs that they put up on the satellite. So we had Pandit Taranath, we had Pachokro, we had a very famous Balinese teacher we both studied with, learning Balinese gamelan. There was some South Indian, and then, of course, there was this whole West African drumming tradition that we studied together. So Ted and I come from exactly the same background, although he plays sitar and sirbahar, but we have a lot of the same foundational roots that were developed in us from our teachers, and we were blessed to be able to tap into that generation, which is long gone now, 30 plus years gone. So to have that window put before you is just... Tarnath had a way. He'd put us on stage in the beginning, remember? Anyway, I knew this was going to happen because I don't do this too often. And it's very emotional and a very personal presentation that I'm going to be giving you. But the Guru, as you all know, has this ability to show you those windows, to show you those doors, maybe crack them open a little bit, maybe pull the shade open a little bit, and give you a glimpse of what's outside. And then for me, the next level was to put you on top of their shoulders and let you look further into the distance, and that's where we are now. So this material was organized by myself and 2 Gurubhais of mine, Greg Johnson and Leona Shinneman, who are in California, and we work together every week for years now, online, of course, reviving this music. They both are disciples of Pandit Taranath from actually the early 70s, so they've been at it a lot longer than me. But I really look up to them, and I have to say thank you to them for helping me put together this material. They've contributed quite a bit of this material that we're going to play for you. Leonis actually composed a couple of the compositions I'll play. One of them is a beautiful composition that has a reflective essence of South Indian drumming and North Indian drumming. So, Jai Guru to my Gurubhais, Jai Guru to Ted. So what we're going to be playing for you is a series of 12 shlokas and stutis that are ancient compositions, although there are 3 original ones there that I composed myself. And through those compositions, we'll be paying respects to the various deities who are associated with the history and development of these instruments, and particularly the Pakhawaj, Lord Ganesh, Vishnu, Saraswati. We'll start with a Avanastuti Paran. And Paran is the language of Pakhawaj. So not only do we have the actual Varnas, which come from the Sanskrit alphabet, Ta, Tun, Gi, etc. So there's a language that is composed with these basic syllables, vocabulary. But then the shlokas themselves are Sanskrit poetry, derived from various texts. So the great gurus of this tradition composed these compositions, these shlokas and stutis, combining, intertwining the drum syllables and the Sanskrit. So that's what we're going to be presenting to you. And then we're going to be taking it beyond the traditional presentation, in that one of our Gurubhais / gurus, Pandit Ravi Balari, who and his twin brother Sashi Balari are actually the name and spirit behind the foundation that's in California that puts on the Festival of Tabla every year that Vinay has performed at. Ted is very instrumental with them every year with that. So this fellow, Ravi Balari, was a scholar in many, many different ways. He practically had the Bharat Muni's Natashastra memorized, and he drew a lot of his concepts and ideas from that. So we're going to be drawing from Ravi Balari's concept of presenting a shloka by first introducing rhythmic and emotional material that gets you prepped for that shloka. And then out of that shloka comes material that is influenced by it. So it's a process that goes through 12 shlokas / stutis that is going to be utilizing that particular form, which is quite unique. You don't get to hear it too often because it's pretty original in regards to the concept and ideas. I wasn't planning on talking too much, so I think I'm going to stop right there. That should give you enough introduction. I'm not going to break my concentration, so to speak, and speak in the middle of this performance / presentation. Let's just call it a sharing experience. It does require a lot of concentration, and it's all memorized. So there's a lot of fixed material. However, it's never played the same twice. So there's a lot of improvisation, and also a lot of energy that comes from you as listeners is going to be utilized to improve and change and give the music its own character for this morning's presentation. So for the first time played in public, a solo in Chotal, a cycle of 12 beats. Again, thank you to Ted and Gurudev, Devyani, and all of you for giving us a chance to share this with you. It's something that's very special for us, very dear to us, this music. And there's not a day that doesn't go by that I'm humbled and humiliated, basically, with the with the vastness and the potential that is before us. And every day is like an archaeological find. I've been playing some of these compositions for over 40 years, and just learning how to play them now. It's taken this long to really get the essence, but when you study them and dissect them, especially with the Sanskrit, every day goes by, when every day, a day doesn't go by when it's, wow, it's like every day is like that. One day I was in the middle of Umesh's book that he put together, Nectar of Discourses, and the Swami who was speaking in that book used a shloka to emphasize one of his points that he was making. Sure enough, it was a shloka that I play. Word for word, the Sanskrit was in the book. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, confirmation, I'm doing it right, kind of thing, you know? Because a lot of times we don't know if we're doing it right or not, so I've been consulting various people and Guru Bhais to learn, make sure we're reciting it right. Okay, so here we go. Jai Gurudev. Ted will play a little introduction. Radha Paramananda Adishtanada Mantra Shakti Rasupati Akashada Shirasa Namami Om Katala Jnanada Varuna Vairama Shama Prana Apana Shivada Madhava Govindada Nada Yanala Harida Dhvani Tunga Bhirda Nimalada Agni Kali Lakshmi Saraswati Da Tagena Nama Digitarupa Tungena Nan Svati Muni Tri Pushkara Divya Prenada Kata Bhumi Kata Kata Dumbi Dede Kita Bhumi Da Dumbi Dega Tunga Pushka Urdvaka Alinga Datikva Dikita Kata Gadigena Ankita Pranamami Da Kata Krida Kradan Tadikita Dagadagina Damar Danga Dapati Pranava Tala Praja Brahma Ganapati Taka Gentada Mridanga Dapati Pranava Tala Prajna Brahma Ganapati Taka Gentada Mridanga Dapati Pranava Tala Prajna Brahma Ganapati Taka Gentada Jati. Each mantra is subdivided into 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nataraj Stuti Padan. Vidyavasani Nataraja Raje Nanadanaga Navapanchavara Dadaka Mahasanakada Sidya Ekatvamashe Shiva Sutra Jalam During a pause in the cosmic dance of creation, Shiva Nataraj plays the Dambu drum 14 times, issuing forth from this all language and grammar comes into being, thus as it's fitted in the Sutra of Shiva. Nityavasani Nataraja Rane style of drumming. There's three styles of Pakhawaj that are prevalent today in India. Primary gharanas, the Nanapans, Kadosin, and the Natadwara style. This is from the Nanapans style, from Manikunde. And it displays or utilizes a musical concept known as Layakati, which I've already played quite a bit of already. And it's one of the unique styles of Panditaran's Pakhawaj playing, which this actually performance is a legacy, a tribute to the legacy, the Pakhawaj legacy of Panditarana. So Layakati is when we take a phrase and we play it in different speeds, or it feels like the ground is shifting under you, but diamond from your guru, or gem, or stone, and you have it for your whole life, and you look at it every day, but when you turn it to one side, it's got a beauty that side. You turn it another way, and it's got a beauty on this side. It's constantly changing, and that's what this style, or this concept is like. It gets you to, it introduces you to the bowls, the sound of the drumming from different angles. Kedam Shabangam, Dagina Dita Lakshmi, Kam Tam Kala Nayanam, Dagina Yogi Pachanda Ganga, Dagadini Bande Vish, Babayaham, Sambalo, Pranam, Pranam, Pranam. I was talking about how the music seems to speed up. By my Guru by Leona Shinneman in the style of South and North Indian. The composition, the bowls or the phrases in the composition expand and contract. Jai Lavam Lavam Bum 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 Bo Bo Aligala Munda jitwala balala chuma chum chum di 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 gadan naka pati patikrana kakara kara di another gain another naka chung di kara do my jaina nama chandi kunga kara mukha de makawani amani kara kita kara utama kagena tarikata hasta kamala dala putra vinayaka angata ko aratara sauri shiva kala ge rupjashi again anata alankara de. Series of compositions known as the Simha, lion. How the lion moves, the suspense, the roar. the Layakari. We're in a cycle of 12 beats, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This composition is in 16 beats, but it fits inside 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it's like Tinta, right? This composition was composed to pay tribute and respect to the lineage, which goes back to the Akbar era, 1500s. And it comes up through the centuries. So you'll hear the names of the gurus that represent the primary Guranas that go back 500 years, ending with Pandit Taranath's teachers, then Pandit Taranath, Sri Ravi Balari, and Sri Manik Munde. Vande Gurunam Charanara Vinde, I bow down to Lotus feet. Charana Ravinde digging Dakradana Dinta Jaitu Gurudev Tagina Dingi Tagina Tata Mada Tarina Tagina Nama Maya Ham Digita Vajaya Tugina Danya Bata Karami Tagina Jaitu Dingina Brandanga Charias Tugina Jaitu Tagina Dingi Lala Bhagwan Das in the Tatipashi Lala Bhavani Tatikramurdanga Pasari Shri Kadosin Tungena Juma Siddha Tuya Shri Babu Jodga Sintakita Juma Nangena Dagi Dingena Ta Maha Nava Charanata Sri Nana Panse Gadingena Dagena Laya Brahma Bhaskar Pranam Surataya Tama Guruji Pandit Taranatra Tugin Shri Panakadi Palani Thinkin Shri Panamanik Pade Katapran Guru Ganesh say Vasuti Vakra the Ekatan, the Gajawan Problem, the Vikatavanaya, the Ganana, the day, the Dana, the Kitana, but the Tagin and the Tagin and the Tagin, the Katago, the Katana, the Gate again, the Ban Hay, the Bal, the John, the Ganapati Namaha. Om Ganapati Namaha.
some water.
So that was that. It's just the beginning. It's a work in progress.
So we request Devyani, not that there is any way to even acknowledge what you have done. Let's stand up, I think, right? Yeah. Clap. 1, 2, 3. Yes.
I just would like to say how proud I am of Peter because, like he said, 40 years ago, and I badgered him into playing Pakhawaj, and I think you certainly appreciate what he has accomplished here. I mean, just the memorization alone is incredible, and I'm emotional too because we can see our Gurujis floating right there. And like he said, this is a beginning. This is very inspiring. We're going to keep going, do other talls. But I can't express enough my admiration. So let's all keep giving him the energy to keep going with this because it's extraordinary and nobody's doing it, you know. So, Jai Guru.
Come here. Do a photo party. Huh? No, take it later. I think we should thank Shelley and Ariel too.
Especially Shelley. You have to listen to these bowls over.
For those of you who remember Girija Quick, she would sometimes come and say, Shelley says, Peter and his music. I don't know what I'm doing in his life. Something like that. I don't know. You know how Girija is. So, so Peter was playing, and I was thinking of the both of them and just imagining their house and the cat, and I think it's just amazing. Again, if I were to tell all of you sitting here, all of you watching us online, that this is the way, the trend, the move that we should inspire our generations to go to. Not to drugs, not to porn, not to terrorism. And that, as one person told me, I only do it out of boredom, whichever one he does. And this, you have no time to get bored. As Peter said, the Guru opens a door, and when he feels it's right, he puts you on his shoulders. Because just like Lalita, you're too small still, and you want to see over, so he holds you up. And why in our tradition the Guru is important is because the Guru decides how much and when to open the door. In the modern day society, we think, would you like a chair? In the modern day society, we think, I know, but we don't really know. As Peter said, 40, 50 years later, a little bit of the wisdom of something opens up. For those of you who've never studied, he mentioned Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra. For those of you in the world of arts, any art, I would suggest that you read that. Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra. Read about the rasas that he talks about. Read about the Navarasas from literature. Read about the Shadarasas from food, because when I say rasa, I know you'll get a little confused. So I don't know if our boys here sing Maheshwar Sutrani. That's why I called him actually. Kaiga? Aega pate? Do, Mike? He sang about Shiva and Nataraj and the creation. So he'll sing in Sanskrit because they are taught that.
Maheshwara Sutrani iti A I Un Ril Rik E Ong I Ouch Haya Varat Lan Javaya Garnadas Java Garnadas Khafa Chatata Chatatav Kapaya Shashashar Hal iti Maheshwarani Sutrani.
This is from the Nataraj's creation and from where the Sanskrit grammar starts. So they have to learn this, they have to memorize it, they have to know what goes where when they create a sentence in Sanskrit. Their teacher, Acharya Jaguruji, I think slapped them. Our society today thinks that punishment is not good, corporal punishment. Having come from the world of discipline, I think that that's what's missing in our society today. Just like you have yellow lines, yellow or white, broken, solid. For those who drive well, you know and understand the meaning of those lines. Imagine a highway that does not have those lines. Two solid line, broken line. It means something. And so when we drive, we follow those. Cars today are made to tell you when you're going off those lines. It makes a loud sound. So I feel teachers and gurus of the past did this. They taught you to stay within your lane, if you want to say so. So all of these, there is another practice in the Sanskrit world called, there's a word called savadhan, which means pay attention, and the teaching is avadhan. Look it up. It's still continued today, but a very small percentage of people do it. The one student sits in the middle. He has learned a lot, memorized a lot. He is tested by maybe half a dozen teachers who are just as good or better than him at what he's going to share. The questions are tricky. Neither does he know what they're going to ask, nor do they know what they're going to ask. But based on, for example, when they are sitting here on the stage and he's doing something and he's doing something, if the teacher is here, the teacher will just tell him, play this now. And he cannot even for a moment say what. Correct? As Peter said, I am humbled and humiliated. I like the choice of words, Peter. I will remember that. I'm humbled and I'm humiliated when I think that so many years later, I've just realized this that I learned then. He's saying, Chandrama manaso jatas chaksho suryo vajayata. He's saying, Shanta akaram bhujagashayanam. Now, many of you sing this in your chants, but you are not even aware because you just like wrote, sing it out and put the book away. Take time. When your mind goes to those strange places, use these. I have told the young boys who study with us at Shanti Mandir Magod, I said, find verses from the different texts that we chant. They become your anchors in life. And then whenever the mind goes to those weird places or wants to go to those weird places, you need something to hold on to. And when you don't, it goes there to the dark corners. You have to protect yourself. Nobody else is going to. And I will tell you this, in my 63 years of life, there are people who are helpful. But when you're there in front of that hole, you are there in front of that hole. And you, the Srimad Bhagavad Gita says, Atmaiva yatmano bandhu, Atmaiva ripuratmana. I am my own friend, I am my own enemy. So in that moment, I have to decide whether I'm going to be my friend or whether I'm going to be my enemy. So as Ted, right? Ted said, yes, I am also, I've heard Peter over the years play, but this is the first time actually watch him play like this. Sing a parana, say all these things. Because we have some Pakhawaj players with us who play the Drupad style, and they do this, So it's just amazing when you see somebody here brought up in the United States and the amount of stuff that he has put forth, efforts, survived the wife, survived the daughter, surviving the son-in-law. And I don't mean it jokingly. It's funny the way I say it, but, not to let them go, because divorce is so easy. Just to walk out for Shelley or for Ariel or for Peter. Situations in life make it that you just say, you know what, you do your thing, I'm doing my thing. But it's like, I'm doing my thing, but I want you to be part of my thing while I'll be a part of your thing. And whatever that thing is. And life is always like this. It's always about adjustments, compromises, fluctuations, movements. And our society today, again, does not understand that. I am from the same society. Don't think just because I wear orange, I am something else. No, I put forth effort to try and understand. And I only share this with people. I say, I went through a situation in my life where I had to think to myself, where I had to ask questions to myself. And those violent situations forced me from the years of 86 to 95 to ask questions to myself. And I was fortunate to have the company of good, wonderful people. And one thing I never let go of is my daily practice. As angry as I was and I didn't want to do them, I thought, no, this is the anchor. This is what is going to keep you going. And today, 50 years later, I realized that in 2028, when you were talking, I realized I began studying in 1978, all of this. It will be 50 years. And I don't know if I know anything. Only because when you mentions Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra, you realize, I glanced at it. And because it's not really in my field of study or work, and then when someone like him says it, 2008 we had, I think, a 3-day music and dance program. And at that time, this was mentioned. That time I looked it up. That time I had made some notes. But that notebook is at the ashram in Magod. But to begin to think, to realize that life has so much to offer. What's that drumming movie in the Western world? I've talked about it once before. There's a boy, and there's a teacher. And there's a Western drumming class. The name will come. It came to some of you last time. And the whiplash. The teacher is intense. It reminded me of Baba Muktananda. It reminded me of Venkappa. Walking out was not an option. If you've never watched, I would advise you to watch it. If you have phobias, work it out through that movie. Seriously. Because the boy becomes a great, excellent, wonderful drummer. That could be a real story or not, I don't know. But because having gone through those moments in life, I know there is the other side. And we must get to the other side. And concerts or performances or offerings like this make you realize, wow, Peter can do it, I can do it, Ted can do it, I can do it. And it's all there. Don't, because I know I could just imagine some of you going, oh my God, Peter, I don't understand. What are you doing? But take a little time. There is YouTube now, and YouTube has lots of teachers, good, bad, and ugly. And you'll find a good one. There are some good ones. You could go take workshops. I don't know how long they would be, but to get a little idea, Like, you'll understand a little bit. You'll sit and you'll go, oh, I know that. What he played, what we call actually bhajani, it's played in the chant all the time. So if you pay attention, you'll learn that. I was waiting for Divyani, she slipped away to play Arati Karun, the drum at Arati Karun. She sat there through the Guru Gita, but at Arati Karun she slipped away. I was hoping she would come back, so I never went to the drum because I thought she would. Because her is easy, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2 on the bass, 1, 2, 3 here, Same thing, but there's no taka taka tirikita da 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 or anything like that. It's just 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? Yeah, plain and simple. But it's a beginning. It's a start. If you never do it, you'll never do it because you'll think, I'll never. We had a little girl in Mexico City trying to teach her father the steps to the chanting, to the dancing chant. She's like, my dad just doesn't get it. But the two sisters had him with them, teaching him. I mean, from what I understand from all of this, if you're not in beat, if you're not in the note, if you're not able to get the note, if you're not able, that means somewhere, something in your life there is that it's not fitting, it's not perfect. So that needs to be fixed. And it can be fixed. You just got to find a teacher who is patient enough with you to say, din din dhage tirkita tunna katha dhage. Like just sit there and the teacher will go, no. And you go, yes. And he goes, no. And you go, yes. And then it says, okay, count. And you're like, but there will be a day, like he said, maybe 30 years later, and you go, I got it. The teacher might be in heaven, and you look up to him and like he was doing pranam. Salutations to wherever you are in the cosmos. I got it. I understand today, 10, 20 teachers later, what you were trying to teach me then. So this is all in acknowledgement in what they have done. Just to share and inspire all of you not to think that that's their thing. It is our thing. Because this is a medication for the society. Devyani has a wish, and someday hopefully it comes to open a classical musical school or classes, however it works out here at Shanti Mandir Walden. Shanti Mandir Mogod, we already have it going. Shanti Mandir Nimbavali has a little bit of it. Shanti Mandir Kankhal has their Ved classes. And so we need here also at Shanti Mandir Walden to start this, because all this, like you said, it's in the cosmos. It's in the ether. It's in the air. You need, like what he just sang, the Maheshwar Sutra, and your Jatatavi Gala Jala Pravaha Pavitastele Gale Balam Balam. So when a person walks in, they don't know, but they start singing. Because you are only here because you have done this in some lifetime ago. You are not here by accident or by mistake. Sharmaji was not supposed to come because he's had 3 falls in the last 2 weeks. He was in the hospital, I think, 2 days ago. And Prabal told me last night, Poonam auntie is not coming. I said, yeah, her dad's not well. But then when they pulled in, I thought, wow, I don't know who to give credit to, the daughter or the father, but they are both here. And so when an 80-plus man can think to himself, no, I got to go, I got to get there. I got to be there. Just drive 2 hours, spend 2 hours, go back 2 hours. But something in those 2 hours that happens, something. And I'm sure they also, just like I talked about Ariel and Shelley, the children, the wife may have complaints about Mr. Sharma because he always says, it's all the will of God. And I know all this myself, because it's not that we are there, but we are working towards there. Now, Peter and Ted will both sit for months analyzing today. And they'll think, and I loved what Ted said, that you will do more of this. I think that's wonderful. That's excellent. And I invite all of you to think of the possibility of how you can invite them to where you are. And there are baitaks, which is in a home. You don't need a big, you need 20 people, I think it's good, 20, 25. A cup of chai before or after, maybe little sandwiches, like Devani calls them TMOs. You don't have to have like a big meal, but just some little, the Jewish will call it nosh. Just something, And make it, Dana started yesterday, but he didn't get to that, about the kitchen. I just heard a Bhagavad Acharya say, the first change begins in the kitchen. Start eating and feeding good food. Because the Upanishads say, Annam Brahma. Food is Brahman. Food is the absolute. Food is consciousness. So if you want to bring about change in your world, in your society, start preparing food at home. For yourself, for family, for friends. Don't just rely on packaged foods, on the microwave, on the freezer. Take that little effort. Put some music on. Sing, chant. Put energy into that food. I'm not saying all this lightly. I hope you understand that. Because this is thought process that I have. I only have one more Sunday and then I'm gone for 3 months. So I want to make sure I inject something into those of you sitting here. So it is when I come back in March, you'll have thought something. And I'm not wacko at all. I'm totally with it. I'm just want to make clear that, sitting here, sometimes I say things, I'm not. I'm very grounded. I'm very together. I can have a wonderful conversation. But the conversation has to move. I don't like to repeat. I don't like you to ask me a question of what I have just said, because I've already said it. I need you to be with me and get it. And it's all possible. But we sometimes like to just waste the time. We like to have what they call polite conversation, but I think it's a wasteful conversation. Because some people say that, did you mean to say that the sun always rises in the east? Yeah, people do that. And you look at them and go, what did I just say? The sun rises in the east every day. So what do you have to repeat? Like some people, it's like, why do you always answer with a question? And they say, do I? That means that pondering, that contemplation, that thinking is not happening inside you. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, Vedanta says, do these things always. Listen, read, contemplate, ponder, and then try to imbibe what you can. And then when you come to a music concert, when you go to an art gallery, when you go to a dance, when you go to a Broadway play, you can sit and enjoy because you have a little inkling, a little understanding of what is going on. You don't have to be ignorant at all. And you don't have to know all the details of what he did on the Surba or what he did on the Pakhawaj. But if you have little ideas, if you can even count, not say the bowls, but count, it's like when they go like this, you can also go like this. I learned something wonderful from Anindo Chatterjee a few years ago, and he did it again, and I think he does it on a sum. He does a kali instead of a tali. And I was like, when he first did, I was like, whoa! It took me by surprise. And so I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to remember that. And so that's probably his creation. Then I think what he said about Aditya, he does something like this on the tabla, right? So everybody finds their own thing. And listening to them, you sit and you kind of look and listen and you go, that's what he does. And then you'll find that which he does it a few more times. Because he wants to make sure you got it. Somebody in the audience got it. And also it's something he loves. So, we'll have lunch. That is a matter of fact. So, but I want you to think of all these things. I want you to go over and say a few nice words to Ted and to Peter for all their efforts. And if you didn't understand anything, you can just fold your hands and smile because you didn't understand a word of what they did. Don't bluff. They know when you're bluffing. And if you know something, then say something, because there'll be also, it's always wonderful when you know that somebody in your audience understands what you've just done. So I'm really thankful to both of them for this wonderful morning. It was emotional for us also, I think, because Peter evoked that, and you on your steady Sur Bahar, and it's a wonderful instrument. You will find it. Peter has a friend in Texas. I don't know where she is now. She plays cello, Dhrupa cello. I don't know where she is, right? So, like he said, there are all these funny and interesting musicians all over the world. And they're all recluses musicians. They're all strange. We have one who lives with us. I consider myself just as strange and vichitra and mysterious and unique and all of those, on this side and this side. Peculiar and speciality. So we have two sides of the spectrum. I believe in both of them. I think you have to be peculiar and you have to be special, but you cannot let peculiarity hurt your speciality. And you cannot let your peculiarity hurt society either. And if people remember us, they remember us because of both of these things. So, and make both of them unique, why not? And I think that as I travel the world, as I meet people, as I see people, as I live with people, as I hang out with people, that's what I love. Because if I tell people, if we were made the same, we would be like when you go and buy a particular model of a car. It's just the color is different. Otherwise, the car is the same. But no two humans are the same. I recently shared that not even the thumbprint. Imagine all of us go through immigration, all of us go to so many places where our thumbprint or our fingerprints are taken, where our picture. Now when we come through here in the United States, they just take a picture. And the officer goes, Swami, Kimberly. They don't even check anything. Whatever they already have taken stock of, the computer says, okay, boom, you're out. And it's going to happen all over the world, they say. Your eyes, your face, that's it. That's your recognition. So think of how unique we are, that no two faces match, no two eyes match, no two thumbs or fingers match. And I'm sure if they take footprints, it would be the same thing, that every footprint would be different. So how unique we are, and let's celebrate that uniqueness. Let's celebrate that individuality, but in an uplifting way. And our society needs that today ever so more than before. And we are in 2025 going to 2026. Everybody said this would be the most wonderful century of our life. That's what I heard when I was little. The next century is going to be fabulous. But I'm more scared today than I was as a child. And I want that we leave for our young children a place that was just as beautiful as when we were children. It's up to each and every one of us to make that difference. None of us can think, I cannot do anything. Yes, we can. We've swum in this stream, we've drunk from this stream, we've bathed in this stream. We enjoy the stream, and that's what we want. Sophie said a wonderful thing. She's thinking, what did I say? We were talking about bottled water. And she said, I see on the freeways in Los Angeles these trucks on the highway filled with plastic bottled water sitting in the sun. And we drink it as if it's the freshest thing that's come to us. We don't know where it's come from. Some of them, they say purified tap water. It's just that some company, some marketing person, somewhere decided to tell you that this is better than this. And we are so gullible. We think that, yes, they are right. Why? Because they have a PhD in that. And I don't know. I don't know any better. But think to yourself, ask yourself, look at the amount of water we waste in reverse osmosis. Every time that much water just is gone. And I recently found out that all these AI data centers use a lot of water too. I didn't know that till 2 weeks ago. So while technology and advancement and all of this is good, we can also think and ask ourselves, what is all of this knowledge that the sages have given us? And look up a talk I gave at the Yoga Niketan. I don't know what the date was. It's in Rosario in Argentina. It just happened that day. I was pleased myself. I've heard it myself a couple of times. Because just like now, I had something thought of to say, but then listening to them, it's like, wow. You know, they inspire. Same that day, the audience just inspired to talk about nature. And so I thank you all for those especially who keep coming every Sunday in the hope that I'll become better. And some people tell me I'm better. So I pray that you pray for me that I get better. In whatever way you mean better, I don't know. But I personally also feel and pray to myself that when I see you next time, I want to be better than I was this summer, this time. And so I do a lot of thinking, pondering myself. I talk and have conversations with people. And I also use YouTube a lot to find different people and different content. Some I agree with, some I don't agree with, but those I don't agree with, I ponder even more why I don't agree with them and what is it that I don't agree with. What is it that can be corrected, whether there or here. And so maybe changing my position, changing how I'm looking at it. And so my only request to every one of you is don't be dumb. There's no need to be dumb in today's world. When a little child can be so smart with a device, we are 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. So use the device wisely. Shun the wrong things that are there. There are excellent things also. Use those excellent things. Inspire others to use the excellent things. And remind yourself that every time the mind goes to darkness, bring it to light. We have a mantra in the Upanishads which says, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. And we are taught this as children. Again and again and again, lead me from darkness to light. Lead me from darkness to light. So a child grows up with this, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, and everywhere, every so often you hear this mantra. And when you hear this mantra, you remember, you remind yourself, stay with light, stay with light. We sing this arati, Jyota se Jyota Jagao, which is light the light within me. So with heartfelt gratitude, to both Ted and Peter for their offering here this morning. And I pray that they will prepare something new and they will have you again here. Okay? It can be the same. As you know, as musicians, it's not possible anyway. And Peter is local, and I don't know, is Ted local too? Only an hour. That's local. We believe up to 6 hours is local because we go all the way up to Virginia and all the way over to Massachusetts. So, and we drive those. And Vinay, I don't know what all he does. So he goes all over the place also. And I'm sure all of you do as musicians, and as some of you might have come from wherever you've come from today, to be here and to be here for this weekend. And you're welcome to come spend time here in the ashram. You just have to send an email to walden@shantimandir.com and just say, I'm coming on these days, and just come and be. Morning you get up, you go to the temple, you come here, you have breakfast, and you help out a little bit in whatever needs to be done. You go to the noon arati, you come have lunch, you have a little rest, and you have a little pondering, you have a little talking, do whatever needs to be done, go to the evening arati, eat, right? Dinner, and saunter over to your room. Saunter is the right word, I guess. I don't know, right? You just kind of rumble over, whatever it's called. And if you're living downstairs, you don't have to do anything. You just have to roll down the steps. So, and just go to your room, and it's, Devyani says, and I experience this here myself, Walden is very quiet, very beautiful. And if you love the winter, bring your boots, and you can go walk in the forest. And bring plastic clothes, because then you can sit on the snow. I've done that, that's why I know. And just sit there and talk to the whoever you want to talk to. And they answer, they reply. And sometimes the tree falls. So all this happens in the winter. So I've done that, and it's just wonderful. It's beautiful. And don't be afraid. We have a bear that lives there. Right, Vinay? We don't know where. So far he's fine. So far our people are fine. Everybody's fine. But yes, it can be scary. So, but I invite you to just come enjoy the ashram, listen to all these sounds, these mantras. I invite the musicians also to come do their personal sadhana. Some of them come sometimes, just play, and it's just wonderful. And contemplation and pondering. As I said yesterday, Baba Muktananda said, thinking of God is no easy task. It's no simple job. So thinking of the goodness, thinking of the wellness, thinking of the upliftment of first ourselves and then others. So for all those who live here at Shanti Mandir Walden and continue the daily process of the ashram and all of that which it takes in a 24-hour cycle to make sure it's going, and all of the different people who come in and assist and help to make it all happen. Also, there's a gardener who comes, there's a cleaning person who comes, there's other people who come and make sure that it just happens. And they also feel the benefit of just coming here, of the energy of the space. And so at least we who consider ourselves seekers or practitioners, we can also come and appreciate and enjoy this space. And the space thrives on us. So when we come, we sit, we chant, we meditate, we do japa. You don't need to chant when everybody's there chanting. You can chant on your own too. And find out how good you are, like Peter said. Are you saying the right things? The universe will tell you. And the universe has a police, has agents everywhere. So, and they speak to us all the time. They tell us when we are doing wonderful things. They tell us when we are not doing right. So, for a wonderful morning here on this Sunday, and it will remain etched in my memory as I travel of the Sulbar, of the Pakhawaj. Both instruments I love because the Sulbar is deep. Reminds me of the South Indian veena. And look up all this. You can ask them all these names of these words. And Google is very nice in that way. Even when you type in a funny word, it says, are you looking for this? And you go, am I looking for this? Then you go in there and then you realize, oh yes, it's this. So it helps. So thank you very much. And now to Devyani. No? You have to say next Sunday. No? Come on. Devyani is overwhelmed by me. So we'll see you all next Sunday, I think, right? We have a kirtan on Saturday. We have Sunday satsang. That's the farewell satsang. And the ashram and everything will continue on. And we come back in March 10th of March. So till then, there's, calendars and everything that comes out in the email. So if you are on the email, well and good. If you're not, you can see Niteshwari in the gift shop. Or if not, just remember walden@shantimandir.com. That's easy. Walden@shantimandir. And any day you wake up, you go, Shanti Mandir. You go, Walden, you just send an email. I'm just remembering you. And they'll send you something. And then you'll go, oh, nice people. So anyway, thank you all very much. So I think lunch is ready, right? So you can slowly work your way to the dining hall. And thank you both again very much. See you soon. Sadhgurunath Maharaj ki jai.